Hello Leo, hello and welcome into your general tarot card reading for the third week of September. So let's see what we're going to have here. So this card is representing you, Leo. This is what is crossing you. This one, under the undercurrent, something that is at the root. This is representing your recent past. This one, your way of thinking. This one, your imminent or close future, or things that come in your way. And this one is representing things the card does suggesting you to focus on. This is the suggested the best way of approach. And this card represents additional commentary. So Leo, let's see what do we have here. You being represented by 8 of Cups. Things that are crossing you, it's 6 of Cups. Things that are underneath you, it's the Lovers. Your near past is Page of Wands. Your way of thinking is represented by the Wheel of Fortune. Your near future is represented by 9 of Wands. Things to focus on is the Queen of Cups. And the suggested best way forward is the Tower. That's amazing. So Leo. I'm going to go with the flow because the cards, I don't know, have you noticed, but they have a certain direction and they're like words. You know, they have their meaning, but together they have these little stories to tell. So what's the story over here? There is for some of you, it might be to do with your relations and relationships. And this is most likely the story about relations and relationships, but please bear in mind the relations we might have with people that we are in love with, people who we love, friends, family, money, our career. So this is all about this. And Page of Wands is representing the beginning of some kind of new thing. There may be a new project, new way of thinking, new way of perceiving things, but also it feels to me that for some of you it might be to do with the way how you perceive things. You might be employing a new way of the way how you conduct yourself. For some of you, Leo, it's going to be to do with your job, your self-employment. For some of you, it's just the way how you live your life, and you choose to have a new take on life, the new something that was there within you, was going there for some time, was trying to come to the surface, and finally you are doing something that you really wanted. So you almost like started at doing or developing, and that might be a job, might be to do with, like I said, with your own private life, with your hobbies, with your passions, something that was there and you were like, yeah, that's what I would like to do. And because of that, you started to realize there's certain things in your life that there's no longer room for. And this is represented by the 8 of Cups. And you might have some kind of startling realization. You might choose to remove yourself from situation, from people, from things that they were part of you, part of your life, because you started to have this new understanding, and that is represented by the Wheel of Fortune over here. This new understanding of, you might have a sudden change in terms of what is it that you want from life? What is your purpose in life? What you would like to be or do in your life? And then underneath it you have Lovers. so there was some kind of fraction, some kind of strong indication of, once again, this is talking about leaving something behind. There may be something like idea, concept, something like the way how you earn your keep. It might be someone as a relationship, or someone as, it might be your friend. So that is almost this, whatever it's the sprout of this idea that was there and what was kind of coming into your consciousness, kind of. And I think this was something that was suppressed, or you didn't really want to acknowledge. It's taking the force, because in order to be there or do whatever you would like to do, this kind of thing that is this kind of driver, you come to realize, in order to be or do whatever you would like to do, that there has to be a change. Certain things, they have to be left, or they don't longer serve you. So it's almost that things that you have to remove yourself from some kind of situation. So it feels like there is a massive change in terms of your perception, your way of thinking, and you might even develop a new perspective. It's almost like a new meaning for some of you. Meaning in terms of, and I would even say not even meaning, but seeing things far in the future and seeing it from a different perspective. And you know that situation might be only feasible the way how you are now for some time, but then things, they have to kind of go through some kind of change. Things that you were not paying attention, or you were not allowing to come to the full light, they're going to have to be brought, because that is like almost a natural course of things. And you might, and 6 of Cups over here is indicating that it might be not easy. It might be not easy to leave the past behind. Your past perception of what the security mean, what there might be to do for some of you with your house, with the I see property over here, but also with people who are really caring for you, but equally you might be sometimes be very wary of the motives of other people who are caring for you, and you might not be so open and willing to receive, because you feel they might be entrapping you. Entrapment it's not the right word, actually. It doesn't feel like, but you're going to kind of look and examine things. So on an emotional level, the past is still there, and past is kind of not stopping you, but emotionally there were good times, there was something that was really good, and you look at it and you might be wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I right here? And you might be afraid of it, because you have a 9 of Wands, and you might think, how I'm going to manage, or do I understand the entirety of situation? Am I capable of doing it? Am I strong enough of doing it? How I'm going to manage? So you might have all those kind of thoughts and ideas. So almost what you have to go through, and what you're about to put yourself through, it's puts everything into the question. How are you going to manage it? How I'm going to get from the A to B? Yes, that is something that really I would like to do and go for, but how I'm going to manage, and that kind of feels, but you have changed. It's almost you're going to develop this new way of thinking, and this Wheel of Fortune over here is looking into the direction of Tower. So you're looking into the change, you're looking to the rebuild things, looking into reviewing things, and for some of you it's going to come with realization that things cannot, that they're not sustainable, that there have to be some kind of change, and that change is going to come for you as a liberation. But there's like, I feel the dam, what I'm hearing dam, so it's almost like the flood waters coming to the dam, and whatever dam is not going to be long over there, it's going to be the flood, you know, the water going to go, there's going to be things going to be all over the place, but then things were going to come down. So that's what's coming. But you might be already at that point where you know that that's the way forward, that certain things, they have to be changed, re-evaluated, because you see two people kind of falling off the tower. But it's not necessarily has to be something that is immensely horrible experience. Maybe the people or somebody around you might be not necessarily perfectly aware of what is going on and through what you're going through currently, but the indication is that's the way forward, and you kind of might be already at that point knowing it. And the Queen of Cups, what to focus on? It's a focus on yourself, focus on your own emotions, focusing on yourself and what you have to offer. Equally, what the Queen of Cups is indicating over here, so brace your emotions, to try to, it's not to freeze them, but put them on hold. That's what I'm hearing, putting your emotions on hold. It's to recognize your self-value, what you're offering. And sometimes I think the indication over here, you might be giving more than you're receiving as well. So to focus on what is it that you are giving to others, what you give, and to kind of understand it from that perspective. Hold on, I'm going to pull one more card. And for some of you, there's Knight of Swords over here. You're going to come to the conclusion that you are not receiving enough in return, and that might spark a little bit of emotion over here. So what is additional commentary? What the cards are telling you here? Your instinct are serving you well. Whatever you feel, whatever this Page of Wands sparked in you, whatever you felt, it's about time to do. It's indeed confirmed by this rune. This rune is indicating that you'll be able to go from A to B based on your own beliefs. Because if you're going to look at this rune, it's kind of dreamy. There's a swan over here. She is riding in a fog, and there is a rainbow, and you know the rainbow has two ends, right? So this is about bridging things and being able to achieve things based on our hopes and our intuition. So whatever has started over here, this card is confirming. Follow it and look for the future. Don't think too much about details. Don't try to piece everything at once. Things going to fall in place for you, Leo. So Leo, I think that was a very interesting read. Thank you for tuning. You take care and have a smashing week.